When I tell you that I am not ready to tell this story time, like, I'm not gonna say I'm scared to tell it, but it's more of I don't want my feelings to come back of like just basically how I felt 2 years ago. Like, I don't want to cry. I don't like I don't want to feel that way anymore. The way I felt 2 years ago because of this situation, and I contemplated making this video now or making it later, but it's like, regardless of what, it's gonna have to be said. So it's like, we're here, y'all here. So this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all wanted to hear. And yeah. So if y'all don't know me, I go by the name JC, known graphic designer out here in Connecticut. I have a podcast, CT Hotspot, with my co-host Jaylene Nicole. I'm in college, and yeah, I'm an athlete. Sums it up for y'all if y'all don't know me. But for today's video, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite TikTok influencer, by the name of Chase Manning. Sure you guys all know him. I don't even know where to start. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know. Like, I just don't know how to start. Like, I don't know how to start this. I'm gonna just give it a backstory of how I knew about him prior to, us messing around. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The only reason why I'm really bringing this back up is because, one, I personally feel like stories keep getting brought back up from 2 years ago, from the other people that he was messing with on the low. And what I don't appreciate is, if we're gonna tell a story, we need to tell it correctly, or we need to tell it about we need to tell it including everyone. Like, it's not just a one-sided story. It's not just, oh yeah, this person got hurt or that person got hurt. It's not a whole third, or portraying people like they're the means who got hurt, when in reality it was someone else. Like, that's why I just don't appreciate. Like, if we're gonna tell a story, make sure that it's accurate. Feel me? That's part of the reason why I'm really telling this story now. Even though I was gonna tell it later down the line, anyways, for this college story time, because this video is going to be considered as my college story time on top of revealing the truth, because, like, I feel like it just needs to be put out there. That's just my opinion. Whatever, y'all can call me messy for it, but that's just how I view things. So basically, I'll just give you the backstory about how I knew about Chase. So back in 2019, 2020, maybe it was either one of those years. So basically, how I knew about him, like the first time I ever seen him on social media, basically, and I'm just let this be known right now. Anybody's name that I say in this video, no, I do not have a problem with you. No, none of that. I just need the story to align. Like, it needs to make sense. So if I'm name dropping, it's nothing against y'all. It's just the story has to make sense. So basically, how I knew about Chase, I think it was between 2019 and 2020. At that period of time, to my knowledge, from what I seen, he was with this girl, this influencer. Now I'm sure you all know her. Her name is Raven Celine. He was with her at the time. I think they were together, or I think they were just like good friends, or whatever the case was. But from the situation, what I got from it was that was her man. But that's just how I viewed it. But I don't know. But anyways, I knew about Chase because something happened with Raven and this other person here in Connecticut. I'm not gonna name their name, but yeah, something happened between them or whatever because of a TikTok video that they made or whatever. It was really kind of stupid. If I'm really gonna be honest, it was basically like I think it was like a smash or pass type of like TikTok, or like a rating video, or like I don't know. It was something along those lines or whatever. But that escalated, and Raven and this person here in Connecticut, they ended up beefing online or whatever. That turned into a whole big issue. But Chase was involved in some type of capacity because he was in the video. And yeah, I'm sure you guys all seen that live. I'll probably put a snippet up. But yeah, that's how I mainly knew about who he was. I didn't know too much, but I only knew him because of that situation. So that happened or whatever. Disclaimer, back then, I was a straight man. I was always with a girl, always messed with a girl. Even if it wasn't a relationship, it was just an entanglement or just talking or whoever, or whatever. I was a straight man. At the time, I had never done anything with a man before. No, none of that. I never had the type of feeling or curiosity to want to be like, okay, yeah, let me go do something with a man, or whatever. But yeah, that's how I knew who he was in the beginning. Fast forward 2 years later. You know what? I'm gonna jack that situation with Raven happened in 2020 because I'm sure it did, and I'm not gonna go on YouTube right now because that's a lot. Because the live video, from the situation with Raven and the person here, that's on YouTube. But yeah, I'm not gonna go on YouTube right now to find that clip. But obviously the clip will be inserted after the editing. But yeah, no. So 2 years later, 2022, it was October. It was a few weeks after my birthday. And if I'm looking down, I'm gonna start looking at screenshots. I also have my notes because I wrote down all the stuff in sequence of just basically everything that happened. I might not read every single detail because not everything is relevant to the story, unless it's important for me to say. But yeah, so 2 years after that situation happened with Raven and all that, I think I had Chase on Instagram. Again, they didn't really think none of it with him. It was just whatever. How he started talking was October 12th. This is when I texted him. October 12th, 2022. At that, around that week or whatever, he was on a cruise, and me, I'm just scrolling on people's stories or wherever the case is, and I came across his. He was on a cruise, obviously. I thought he was by himself, so I took it upon myself and I texted him. Mind you, around the time that I did text him, prior to him, I did have some type of relation. I'm not gonna say type of relationship, but I did have some type of encounter with a man before. And I was still kind of DL, but I did think Chase was attractive or whatever, but besides me thinking he was attractive, I just texted him because I asked him a genuine question. So I'm gonna start off the conversation. So the conversation started off with me saying, also, I'm gonna put the screen, the screenshots up too, so y'all can read along. So I texted him. So I told him his story. I was like, you on a cruise by yourself? He said, I'm with the Dukes, LOL. I said, oh, I was like, word, like, you know, he's living it up. This is not a whole third. I was like, oh, but new bros though. He's like, what kind of bros? I said, what you mean? I said, what you mean? Like, just bros, like, you know, friends, whatever. Sorry, I screen recorded it, so I had to like move the thing. But anyways, I was like, what you mean? I was like, bros, like the fuck. I was like, you want to be cool or? And he proceeds to ask me, oh, you like boys? I said no. That was at the time, because again, I was DO. He was like, I asked because niggas be trying to bro around for other attention, in quotation marks. I said literally just ask if you want to be bros. I don't know how you took it as something else. So you want to be cool or what? You just avoiding the question. I'm gonna stop right there real quick. I'm gonna let it be known right now, bro. Looking back at these messages, I feel like personally the reason why the situation happened between me and Chase was partly my fault because of the way I used to talk to him. Like, since I was so DL, like I didn't really care that much of how I used to talk to somebody because like I was DL or whatever. But like also I was young, so I wasn't really like so nice in a way. Like I was just like a jerk in a way. And looking back at that now, like I kind of feel bad because it's like, damn, like Chase never deserved that. Anybody else I used to like be cool with or anything. Like if I talk to them in any type of way, like I'm sorry. I was young as fuck. Like, but just like as I was looking back in these screenshots, like, you know, like prior, like to making this video, I used to talk to Chase like he was not shit. Like, I'm not gonna say he wasn't shit, but like, I'm not gonna say I talked to him like he wasn't shit, but like, I talked to him like, you know, it was just like, okay, like you're a link and like that's it. Like, no, and it should have never been like that because I'm gonna be honest, I genuinely liked him. Like, I genuinely did like him. Because if I didn't like him, shit, I wouldn't be making this video. Like it would have just been like, okay, like cool, whatever, let it be, whatever, cool. No, over time, I did, you know, get to start liking him, but I feel like the way I used to talk and just how everything played out was just what really fucked it up. But yeah, no. So I said that, whatever. Then he goes, well, damn, can I get to know you first? How you even know if we got the same interest, my guy? I said we gotta have the same interest to be friends. Question mark? Because like that was a stupid ass response. Like, nigga, we don't have to. We don't have to have the same interest to be friends. Like, no. And also, like, if we don't have the same interest, nigga, like, we could find something in common. Like, but disregard that. So I was like, okay, like, ask me whatever, ask me shit, whatever. Boom. So, you know, he's asking me what I do. I was like, you know, be more specific. He's asking me like if I'm in school, if I'm at work. I mean, if I work, what do I do for fun? Like, what my goals? What I told him. You know, he told me where he goes to school at, what he does, what he wants to do, like, you know, for his life. He told me he worked at Amazon. He also did work at FedEx. You know, I'm asking him about like what's his business going to be about, because he ended up telling me he was going to start a business, which he has now. I don't know if he's still doing that or not, but you know, telling me about that. You know, I'm asking him about, you know, where he's from and all that. He told me he's from Mass, but he lives in Connecticut now. You know, we're just talking. So from that point on, like, we were just talking a lot more. He finally, well, no, he was on a cruise for like I think he was on a cruise for a week, but we just kept asking each other questions or whatever. He was very flirtatious. Like, he was very flirtatious at the time. But you know me, I was DO, so it was just like, My ass was not gonna flirt with you because I was DL. I mean, did I have my thoughts about you? Yeah, I did. I did think you were cute. I did think that you were attractive, but was I gonna tell you that? No, because my eyes was scary as fuck. I was DL as hell. But yeah, no, over during the course of the conversations that we used to have, like he was very flirtatious and all that. I told him about like all the stuff I had going on at school, like with my track stuff, my roommate stuff. Um, yeah, he finally came back from his trip. Um, we just used to talk a lot. Like we really used to talk a lot. Um, wait, we need to show one day. Hit me up whenever. Um, we were planning on like chilling with each other, but like, it was just like it kind of took time because like we just we got to. I can't speak. Sorry, that's another thing. I stutter. My fault. Um, at the time, I met him towards like the middle of October, so it was always going to take. When it comes down to me, it takes me time to actually like meet somebody in person because like I'm shy and I just be scared as fuck. So it's like, bro, but yeah, no, we really just really talked for like a few weeks or whatever. Um, Conversations were really nothing. Like it was always just like, what you doing? You know, just all that type of stuff. It was just simple stuff, all that boom boom. Um, I'm gonna end up putting a screen recording of all this. Y'all can read it. Uh, yeah, it really wasn't nothing for real. We ended up exchanging Xbox usernames with each other. We ended up playing Fortnite with each other a lot. Um, yeah, it really wasn't nothing. It really wasn't anything for real. He finally gave me his number around like November. No, not November. December actually. He ended up giving me his snap like in November. But December 1st, fast forward, is when we first met each other. So this day he texted me and he goes, "What you doing?" I said, "In the dorm, cooling. How about you?" He goes, "Bored as fuck." I said, "Same, shaking my fucking head. I don't know. I don't know what to do." He goes, "What's the word if I come scoop?" I said, "What you want to do?" He put the shrugging shoulder emoji. He goes, "I'm just bored." Um, I was like, "You could scoop, but if you want to figure something out in the car, we could." He goes, "I mean, it's late. Ain't really shit to do. We'll figure something." So I said, "We'll figure something out. Just let me know if you for real gonna come scoop me, so I can get ready to be out." He goes, "I'm contemplating." Hold up. I said, "Contemplating what?" He goes, "If I feel like making that drive for real." I said, "It's not even that far." He goes, "Wait, you got my number?" I said, "Nah." He said, "I might come." So he's like, "Send your load to my number." So he gave me his number, whatever. Um, so I told him I was out. I'm gonna shower, whatever. Boom. Um, Finally gave me his number, whatever the case was. 1 second. He finally gave me his number or whatever. So, boom. I didn't think he knew my name, so I ended up telling him because mind you, on my Instagram, my name is JC. I'm not saying what my name is unless y'all know. But anyways, I was like, "Yo, whatever," and I'm telling him my name if he didn't know, whatever. Boom. Um, Boom, telling him how to pronounce my name, all that, whatever. Boom, ended up sending him the address to my school at the time. I'm telling him all the directions because, like, at my other school, you have to pass by security to get in, but you also have to tell them like what you're there for. It's a whole process, but yeah, that. Boom, but I'm telling him all the directions. Boom, copy. Say him I love, whatever. So at this point, whatever. He finally gets to my school around like 10:37. He gets in the car. Well, damn, I can't speak. Fuck. Boom. He gets to the school around like 10:37. Boom. I was in the shower. He had to wait a little bit because like I was in the shower. Finally got dressed. Boom. Whatever. Keep in mind though, in the time that I met him, like from October to December 1st, we were kind of flirty, but he was more flirty. I was just like, it is what it is, because again I was DL, but he was more flirty with me than I was with him. But again, I did think he was cute. So yeah, whatever. Boom, ended up going to his car, whatever. He had a black Nissan. Um, got in his car, whatever. I ended up taking him to this spot around the corner from the school I used to go to. We parked up there, whatever. We were talking for a little bit. He was flirtatious as fuck. But when I tell y'all, he looked good as fuck. Tuh, yeah, he looked good. And I had a bro, and then on top of that, he was applying too much pressure. Like he was in my face, like he was just like the way he was looking at me, like bro, I don't even know. He was looking at me like just deep in my soul, and it's like bro, like you look too good to be doing that. Like stop doing that. Like for real. Like y'all niggas just I don't fucking know. Like I swear to God, like y'all love making me fold. Like stop doing that shit, bro. Like for real. But anyways, he was just like we were just talking or whatever. Boom. But like it was just the way he was looking at me, like bro, like he was feeling me for real. So I'm just like I don't know, like I was folding, and then it's like we had to get to a point where like he was trying to make me fold, but like I wasn't like really with it, and I just kept like looking away, and he just kept like grabbing my face and like making me look at him. I'm just like, bro, like stop doing that. So like it just came to a point where I just grabbed his face and I kissed him. Like, what's good? Like, for real, like, fuck, what's good? I ended up kissing him, and he was guy. He was like, oh, I thought you didn't like boys. It's not a whole third. So I'm just like, I don't. Like, on some DL shit. Like, bro. But, listen, he looked too good. And he was just in my face. And I'm just like, bro, like, that's all I can remember for real. Because, like, I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. You think I remember what the fuck we were talking about? I remember what the fuck I was wearing like 2 days ago. You think I remember what the hell we were talking about? Absolutely not. All I know is that we were having a deep conversation or whatever. I'm sure we were probably talking about just like getting to know each other type shit or whatever. But you know, he was just mad flirtations and shit. And he was just like, he locked eyes with me. Like it wasn't like on some like he's looking straight ahead, he's looking to the side, no none of that. He was looking straight at me as we were talking, like just mad interested. Like, you know, if you know, you know. But it's just like the way he was looking at me, it was just like, bro, like I gotta kiss this man. Like he looked too good for me not to do it. Like so, I ended up kissing him, whatever. And you know, he was gagged by that. And I told him like, listen, I've had encounters with you know the same sex before, but it really wasn't nothing for real. But let's just say shit got very inappropriate in that car. You know, it went from kissing to something else, a lot of touchy, a lot of rated R plus plus plus. And you know, some what 2000 happened. That happened, and then he told me that he wanted to stop because he doesn't do car shit, which is understandable, whatever, cool. Because he was just like, bro, like I'm kid a buck. I don't really do car shit. I mainly just do stuff, you know, in my bed, obviously, which is like okay, like typical shit, whatever, boom. Because like, where else are you gonna do that? You know, I understood. I'm like, okay, cool, that's fine, whatever. That was December 1st. So whatever. It was past midnight, so it was December 2nd now. He got home around like 2. I asked him if he was okay, whatever, cool. If he got back home, he said, yeah, he just got back, whatever, cool. So he was like, good night, whatever, boom. So from that point on, we were just having normal conversations, like, yo, like, what you doing, all that, boom, boom, always asking each other, like, what we had going on. I think, from the looks of it, I had a meet that day, because, you know, I'm a track athlete. I had a meet that day, if I'm not mistaken, it was at Brown University. Because that was my first indoor meet at the time. So that happened. You know, he's telling me like, good luck, don't be nervous. Then he starts joking around, talking about some, oh, you would have a reason to be nervous if I was there, you know, all that joking shit, whatever, cool. Cause like in the beginning, like I'm gonna keep you with a bubble shot, we were cool, like we were good. Like we were always like flirting and shit. Like we always just crack jokes, all that with each other, make fun of each other, like as a joke. Like it was cool vibes in the beginning. Um, but yeah, that happened. Whatever. Um, wait. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I had to like think like, did I compete this day? But yeah, I did. But boom. Fast forward later in the day, he ended up asking me around like 4 o'clock that day. He goes, when am I finna see you again? I said, whenever you want. He goes, I like that. I was like, I mean, you can scoop Saturday night if you want to. So he goes, oh, I'll let you know this not the whole third. So I was like, let's see if you remember tomorrow. I left my ass on and I was like, oh, because you're mad Hollywood, whatever, whatever. He was like, oh, I ain't Hollywood. It's not the whole third. I'm like, you are, because you be acting like you can't talk to nobody. Because that's one thing about him. Like, he will respond to you, but like, it will take a while to respond back because he has 9 people texting his phone apparently, which I'm gonna get into. But yeah, that's that. Boom, boom, boom. It was just all flirtatious after that. So December 3rd happened. He texted me. He said, "Hey, whatever." Um, Wait, did I have them track me on December 2nd or 3rd? See, my messages don't make no fucking sense. Like, I'm gonna show y'all all this shit, but it's like my messages. I feel like, you know what? Just bear with me, bro. Cause like on some real shit. I guess track me was on the 3rd. Whatever. You know what? That actually makes sense. It was on the 3rd because on Fridays we always use that day to like, what's the word? We used to like use that day as like a day to just like put in some type of like running or whatever, like just light running or whatever, just like there was a word for it, but I don't remember. But just know that the day before meet was an easy day, and it really wasn't nothing for real. So yeah, I don't know, because I'm not making sense. But anywho, yeah, I ended up telling him that I was at the meet, whatever, whatever, cool. This is a Saturday. Um, when I tell you that I feel like I kind of used to talk to him like as a jerk, this is an example. Um, he asked me, he was like, "How was your meet?" Whatever, whatever. I said it was okay. I messed up on the second race, shaking my head, but it's straight. He goes, "Y'all raced outside in the rain." I said, "No, nigga, we ran in indoor. I'm in indoor season, slow as." But like the way I said it was like, nigga, why'd you have to say that like that? Like, you being that rude for no reason. So he was like, nigga, you only slow one here mentally and physically. Whatever, whatever, boom, boom. Then after that it was flirtation shit, whatever. But that day I was gonna see him. Fast forward. Um, Fast forward later in the day, he asked me what I was doing. I was I'm on the road because I was on my way back to school from the meet, whatever, cool. I was like, "How about you?" He told me he was gonna go cop some weed, whatever, from his friend at the time. I was like, "Words, not a whole third." Then he gonna talk about some shut up. Who are you talking to? Like, no, you're not talking to me. You're not talking to me. Like, watch your mouth. I'm like, bitch, what? So he goes, "You heard me." I was like, "Copy, it's raps." Since you want to be talking about this crazy shit. So he was like, "Let me know when you want me to school." It's not a whole third. Whatever. This was like towards 6:53 to be exact. Whatever. I ended up telling him to come to my school by 9:30. Fast forward. I ended up texting him. I was like, "What you doing?" He's like, "I'm finna get ready to get you." It's not a whole third. So I'm like, "Copy." Um, he was like, he has to drop, he has to pick up his sister's friend first, whatever the case was, and he was gonna come get me after. I said, "Cool, that's fine." So I asked him who was gonna be in the house. He just said my siblings and my sister's friend. So I was asking him, I'm like, like how many siblings you have, whatever, besides Kiki, because like if y'all know Chase, um, he has a stepsister. Her name is Kiki. At that time I thought it was his actual sister, but it wasn't. So he was like, "Oh, that's his stepsister," whatever the case was. I said, "Oh, okay, whatever." He just told me, he ended up telling me he has a little sister and he has a little brother. So me being a DL ass nigga, um, I said, "Where's your mom gonna be at?" Because like, hello, where's your mom? So he goes, "You asking so many questions, but I'm finna come catch you." I said, "I'm not gonna ask, so I'm just asking." So he goes, "Leaving now," which was at 9:13. I said, "Okay, whatever." Um, I don't know why he ended up telling me to bring a charger, but I'm like, okay, that's fine. So By 9:30, he was telling me that he was 5 minutes away. Whatever, cool. Finally, he ended up getting me. Whatever, that day or that night. I'm gonna keep it buck with y'all again. I do not remember barely shit what happened, because again, that was 2 years ago, and all I know is that same night I went in his house, went upstairs to that attic ass room, and got on his bed, and one thing led to another, and yeah, boom, we had sex for the first time. I believe I stayed the night, but regarding staying the night, I was DO. My mom had my location. Me personally, I wasn't comfortable staying over his house. One, because me and him didn't really know each other like that. So that was that. Number two, I was DO. And my mom has my location. So if she was to sit there and be like, let me look at his location and see that I'm gonna block that out. That was his town. But anyways, see that I was in his town. There would be questions like, feel me. So it's like, bro, but me personally, I wasn't comfortable sleeping over his house yet, especially to the fact that we had just met. Whatever. But I'm all I know is that we had a good time. We had a good time. I don't remember like specifically all the details like of like what the fuck we did, but like we had sex for the first time that night. It was good. I'm gonna give it a buck. In my eyes, I mean, shit, the sex was good. Cause shit he used to do tough, but we're not gonna talk about that, cause that's not appropriate for YouTube. But anywho, um, but yeah, no, we had sex for the first time that night. Whatever. He ended up bringing me back to school in the morning. He texted me. He goes, "Don't be a stranger." I said, "I'm not." I said, "Don't start," and I just seen you, so relax. He goes, "Just letting you know, Buki." I said, "You the one who's gonna be a stranger because you gonna forget about people." He goes, "I'm not." I said, "Hmm." He goes, "But I do like to let my food marinate. If you know, you know." So I put the laughing emoji. So he goes, "But have a good day, pa. I'm probably finna knock back out when I get home." So I was like, "Text me when you wake up." So what really started to piss me off about myself reading these messages like for the past few days, again, was the way I used to respond to him. The way I used to respond to him, I personally feel like it wasn't fair to him, because you can tell he genuinely wanted me. Like, nobody that genuinely wants somebody tells you the shit that he used to tell me. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, like, he's not a bad person. He's not a bad person. The shit that he did to me towards like the end, yeah, like that shit, like it was just like, damn, like you're really the type of person to like do shit like this. Like, you showed me one side and then the other side, it was just like, bro. But like now, really looking back, I personally feel like part of the reason why he did the shit that he did to me was because it was because of me and the way I used to talk to him. Like I feel like I wasn't showing him that I really wanted to be with him, or I really wanted something to happen between us. Like, feel me? Because you can tell he genuinely wanted me. But it's like, since I was so DL, I really wasn't like on. I didn't really know how to feel about a man. If that makes sense. Like, I might have had feelings for him, but I didn't know how to execute that. If that makes sense. Like, because again, when it comes down to being DL, you're so scared of how the next person is gonna react or your family's gonna react that you're just like, bro, like you're just doing whatever at this point. But he texted me, he goes, "I want you to be able to talk to me about the things that you don't want to talk about." So my response to that was, text me on Snap. Like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck was that? Like, what type of what type of response was that? Like, that shit just like, no. Like, I'm mad at myself for even saying that shit. Like, the fuck? So then he goes, it might be good. It might feel good to be able to have someone who may also be able to relate. Just food for thought. But I'm gonna text you on Snap. I feel like by me saying that, it was just kind of like a slap in the face, because like I didn't even respond to what he said for real. So it was like, bro. But Boom. The next day, we just had a normal conversation. He was asking me what I'm doing, whatever. Um, I mean, I guess he started to feel bad because like I had to work the next day, which was the fourth. But because I had told him I was at work and I was tired, whatever. So he goes, I feel bad. I was like, don't feel bad because because I like chilling with you. I like doing the things that we did, whatever. Cool. Because again, I personally felt like he was a good person, and I'm sure he is a good person. But after the shit that he did to me, bro, like it was like no. Um, but I told him I was like, you don't have to feel bad, about me being tired because like it was my choice to go chill with you. Whatever, that has nothing to do with you. But I did like chilling with him. So he goes, like, like I know I would just hate to be at work. He's on a whole third. I was like, I barely slept, whatever. He goes, imagine if you didn't sleep at all. I was like, I would have called out. Like, hello, the fuck. Um, but I ended up telling him, like, listen, like, my fault if like I'm quiet around you. Like, I'm just, I'm still getting used to you, because that's the type of person I am. Like, when I meet you for the first time, I'm like mad shy and I'm mad awkward. Like, but like I'll get used to you over time. Like, I'll be able to talk to you the same day perfectly fine. I just have to like feel your energy, and that's where it goes. Like it goes from there. But me and him, we actually clicked like that. Cause and we were also talking for a long time too. So it was like it was just that. Um, Fast forward though, everything was just mainly like like everything just. It was just us just checking up on each other, like what you doing, whatever, telling each other about our day, telling each other we miss each other, um, telling each other that we want to see each other more, all that. Um, Obviously he keeps telling me that he misses me, whatever. I'll always be like, so when you want to see me again, whatever. Um, I'm not gonna lie, was always thinking about what we was doing, cause like shit, like when it came down to like us having sex, like I'm not gonna lie, that shit was a movie. I don't really remember exactly all the stuff that we did or whatever. It was a lot of kissing, a lot of touching, sucking, all that shit. Yeah. But it was a movie though. That's all I can say. I wish I could tell y'all deep in detail all the shit that happened from the jump. Like if I would have made this story time years ago, shit, y'all would have knew the tea. Just like yeah. But no, we just always just kept saying like we used to like chilling with each other, whatever. But his only issue with me was he felt like in this conversation right here, he told me like, I like chilling with you too, for the most part. And I'm like, what do you mean the most part? And he goes, I still like for you to open up to me a little more, but there's a time for everything. Um, and I told him like, listen, like I just got to build trust in you first. Like we met not too long ago, and we're still new at being cool and shit. And a lot of people lost my trust, so like it takes me time to start trusting people again. Well, just trusting people fast. Feel me? So he was like, like clearly you've been around the wrong people. It's not a whole third. I see like a lot of people switched up on me, and like I just don't be knowing who's real for real. And he was just like, something you should always know about me though, I'm always late, whatever it may be on the table, and tell it for what it is. But a lot of my confidence to be able to do it, be able to do that, came after I came out the closet, so I understand you completely. But I'll be in touch. Um, but we just kind of talk about that, whatever, cool. Um, if I keep looking down, like I'm scrolling through our messages, because like half of this shit, it was really nothing for real. Like it was just always on, again, always on some, hey, what are you doing? How are you? Whatever. How's your day? What are you doing today? It was always just some shit like that. Or we used to play the game. We used to play Fortnite all the time. It really just wasn't anything for real. Everything was just so flirtatious and all that. That's why, like, realistically, I'm reading the screenshots as you guys are reading the screenshots. Like, it really wasn't nothing. But then we used to talk a lot. Like, bro, like when I tell you I had to swipe the fuck up to go all the way to the first conversation that we had on iMessage, bro. Um, fast forward. Um, It was always on some, hey, handsome, what are you doing? From him. Always some typical conversation. This is him talking about some, because I said I wanted food. He gonna hit me with the, I got a different kind of food. Oh fuck, I can't speak. Slowly. Okay. Conversation goes, I wanted food, whatever, cool. He gonna hit me with the, I got a different kind of food for you. I said, oh, like, oh, okay, shit. Then what's good? Like, the fuck? But yeah, it was just stupid shit. Like, it was just like normal flirtatious conversations. This is another thing that pissed me off too about me. He asked me what am I doing. I said nothing, whatever. He said he was gonna FaceTime me, and my DLS said, and I think I remember this day too, because I think this was my midnight breakfast that day. Yeah, it was, because I remember that I was sitting at the table with my friends, and me and him were texting. He told me he was gonna FaceTime me, and I was like, I told him to wait because I was around people, whatever. But my stupid ass was like, "Oh, are you about to do something crazy?" Why would I say that? Like, what the fuck? So he was like, "Oh, nah, I'm about to roll." I was like, "Oh, you're not about to be able to hear me, but it's okay." He said, "Actually, it's cool." I said, "But I wanted to be on the phone." He was like, "You want me to call you or FaceTime you?" I said, "FaceTime." I think we were on the phone for a little bit. Then he ended up calling me again. This was December 6th, like going into December 6th. Actually, speaking of December 6th, I'm gonna put the screen recording up just to prove to y'all, me and him actually had some type of relationship going on. It's gonna be inserted here. That's that. Because that was the FaceTime call that I ended up screen recording the thing. I ended up screen recording it just to have backup, just in case, like backup evidence, just in case he tried to say that he never knew me, because this is gonna be proof. But anywho, fast forward, it was December 6th, whatever, cool. He said he misses me. I was like, I want to see you, whatever. He wants to see me too. He asked me if I wanted to come over and chill with him. To watch a movie or something, knowing then we wasn't gonna watch a damn movie. At first, I told him that I didn't want to stay at his house. Knowing then what I did. Because I was trying to tell him, like, you could pick me up earlier in the day and then drop me off early, but his ass wanted me to stay. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, we will. Whatever. He was just like, oh, I was trying to have you as my cuddle buddy, but never mind. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna stay at his house. I was like, what time you gonna bring me back in the morning? Whatever the case was, whatever. Cool. He ended up telling me. I was like, you could bring me for this time. It's not a whole third. He was like, he's about to shower, but whatever. Cool. He ended up getting to my school at 9:20. What's a coincidence is that every time that he used to pick me up, it always used to be fucking 9:30. Like, mad specific. Looking back at it, I never really thought about that shit. But yeah, no, I went to his house, whatever, and you know, damn motherfucking well, we did not just watch a movie, we also had sex again. So that happened. December 7th, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. He ended up bringing me back to school. I asked him if he was home. He said, yeah. I was like, I'd be getting mad when I leave. And I used to get mad as fuck when I had to leave, because it's like, bro, like, when you're like sleeping with somebody and like you're just cuddled up, like, you just don't want to leave the bed. Like, it's that skin to skin soul tie shit. Like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know, bro. But low key, I did used to get mad when I used to leave his house. I used to be like, damn, like, now I have to wait again to see him. It's just like, bro, like, move in with me at this point. Like, bro. But yeah, then he tried to be funny, talk about some, oh, I can lay with him for 5 more minutes, whatever, boom, boom, boom. Then it was flirtatious shit, or some shut up, whatever, cool, boom, boom. Whatever. So he told me, have a great day, it's not a whole third, whatever. He ended up asking me, you know, about like different stuff. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, like he did want the best for me. Like he wanted me to like be just as successful as him because you know he had his little clothing he has a little clothing line going on the Todd Gier, or however the fuck you say his fucking middle name, clothing line. He had that going on. He used to show me designs at his house too. So that's that. But he wanted the best for me, and I was just blind as fuck. No shade. Like I really was just blind because again I was DL. So it was like, bro, like again, being DL, like you're so confused with your emotions. But me though, even though I was like so hesitant to even like try to like be in some type of relationship with him, I knew I did have feelings for him. I just personally feel like the way I used to execute, the way I used to talk to him or just act around him was poor. Like I feel like in this stage of my life right now, since I'm already out, and I feel like if we were to have met at this point in time in my life, we could have been something. We definitely could have been in a relationship. I feel like everything could have been fine, but it just never went that way. I personally feel like looking back now, it could have been the right person, just the wrong timing, and we both had our wrongs, and that's just really what it was. But he did want the best for me because he would be like this conversation. Like he asked me if I heard of drop shipping. Like he wanted me to start that so I can like make some type of money from that. Cause like he was gonna do it. So like I like even though I never knew what it was, like he was basically trying to like guide me in the right direction. Because again, like he genuinely did like me, and you guys seen it in the screen recording or the FaceTime. The way he was looking at me, like you can tell he likes me. Like he likes me a lot. He's mad interested in me, and I was interested in him too. But it was more of since I'm DL, like I really can't give you what you want. If that makes sense. And I kind of feel bad about that because again, like I did like him. I did like him a lot, and that was just wrong of me to just treat him the way I did. If that makes sense. Because again, like even though I was DL, nobody deserves to be like talked to like just like basically just regarding like anything he would say. Like he would tell me like, oh, like I can talk to him or whatever the case was, but like I would just disregard it. Like I would tell him I miss him and shit, but it's like anything else, like I would like just low-key disregard it because like it was just like, bro, I don't know. Which I kind of regret now because it's like, damn, like what the fuck. But yeah, no, I as time goes on, like it was just normal conversations or whatever the case was. He used to show me like his TikToks or whatever, like of him like making clothes and all that. He would just tell me he missed me all the time. I would tell him I miss him too. You know, I always ask him like when can I see him again, whatever the case was. But you know, he got busy. You know, obviously, well, we both got busy because like we were both in school. Well, I'm still in school too. I'm not sure if he is, but if he is, shit. But yeah, no, we were always in school. Always trying to catch up on work. On top of that, I was an athlete. I always had a busy schedule. What's it called? Fast forward. He would just, like I said, he would always just say he misses me, that he'll come get me soon. It's not a whole third, whatever. He used to send me pictures of him like all the time. For example, like these pictures, he would send me these, asking for my opinion on those. And I'm not gonna lie, I would eat him the fuck up every time I see him, because that's really what the fuck it was. Cause like Chase is a handsome man. Like he's handsome as fuck. Like, he's fine as hell. But it's just like the personality, that shit gotta go. Cause yeah, for real. Damn, I lost the fucking messages. What the fuck? Where the fuck is it at? I'm gonna have to cut that word. Okay, anyway, yeah. Sorry, how to cut that part because that shit, bro. I fucking lost the fucking picture. I mean, the conversation. Anywho, yeah, like he would show me pictures like that of him, like always asking me for my opinion. Nigga, you look good. Like you look good as fuck. if you were in my face right now, nigga, I would kiss the shit out of you. Like, the fuck? At the time, not now. Cause yeah. But no. Fast forward. It was just like I said. It was just simple conversations and all that. It's just crazy because he will always throw me signs like he wanted me. Like he, like for like this conversation right here. Like I was like, oh, I have mad clothes, whatever. He'll be like, oh, give me a hoodie. I'll be like, you're dragging it. Like, really, nigga? Like, one thing about it is, I could have been like, I could give him a fucking hoodie. It's like shit. The fuck? Because again, it's like you can genuinely tell he wanted me, bro. And it's just like, bro, that's just really that. Like, I mean, I'll put all the screenshot. Well, I'll put all the like, I'll put a screen recording of all the conversations, but it's really nothing. Like, it's really nothing. Fast forward. This is not relevant. It's not relevant. If I wanted to see someone, I would find a way. That's just me though. It's not relevant. Okay. This is where things took a turn. And this is where I feel like things started to change. Like, for the worse. So this was December 12th going into December 13th.